And we are live from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Anything goes, 1 p.m. Eastern, every single day. Spotlight, www.worldprofit.com. It's WORLDPROFIT. I am Dr. Lant, the CEO, the co-founder, the MC, the chief cook and profit watcher of this program, which is unique to anything on the internet. First of all, we mean anything goes, and we mean anything. We have had so many food fights in this place about different points of view and whatever. It's exciting. I hope you wore your asbestos gloves, Lance, because it gets hot. My colleague today is Lance Sumner down there in Virginia. He sent me a thing with Hillary Clinton. Maybe we'll get him to talk to us about that. Good afternoon, Lance.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good. Got a little bit of audio there. We are going to talk today about people who say they want to make money on the net and have fun with that prayer. One of them is here today. His name is Harry Freelove. Now I'm going to dedicate some remarks to him. This program, by the way, is live. It's live from two different perspectives. Number one, right here in the studio audience, the people that come from around the world to participate, like Lance and Virginia here in Massachusetts, the capital of the world, the internet capital of the world. We have a lot going on here, so so we have a huge audience on YouTube, which will be listening to us for basically months and years ahead, and are encouraged when you listen to the program to come in here, whatever it is, day, night, morning, afternoon. You come in and say that you want Dr. Les Best, and we will give you a piece. Here's the problem, Lance, and you know it as well as I do. And I call this the technical insurance policy. People tend to forget that this is a technology-based way of doing business. If you're not technologically adept, you're not going to be able to use it to the maximum degree. So the first thing I ask people now, and it's often the last thing, are you technically equipped to run your own website? And 100% of yesterday, we had two people right in a row who said, oh yeah, I'm qualified. Looks are not going to have because they're both bogus. They didn't even have sites that were up. It is important for one of this little person to realize that if you have technical problems, we have George Koch. We have the ultimate technical insurance policy. You've got no insurance policy at all. I just want to speak to that because here's Harry Freeman. I'm going to be really candid today because I would rather be out playing in the park like everyone else. But I message to Harry, Shirley Taylor. What is taking you so long? Don't you understand you can't make a dime on the internet? You cannot do any business on the internet if you are mentally ill and deaf. Lance, let's hit that. Let's get Harry's response if possible and Shirley Taylor. You guys should be falling over yourselves. And Shirley, I'm glad to see you up today. You've been here before. Are you a technical wizard? Do you have the technical skills of our George Koch, who invented this technology as well as hundreds of other specialized programs that you have? Why then didn't you sign up when you were here before? If you don't have the technical means, then everything else is not possible. You won't have a site at all. No tech, no site, no marketing, no money. So Shirley, I ask you, are you ready to join us? Of course it gets locked up because you're running it. You don't know how to unblock it. Exactly the thing I'm talking about. Shirley, I'm going to ask you again. Are you ready to join this community? Well, are you? Her answer is going to determine where she falls on every list. You can't spell either. Oh, mamma mia. You don't know. Why don't you know? Lance and I are going to go right through the kind of things that you're going to need to have a social business. You don't have any of them in place. And you tell me you don't know, and you tell me to make money on the net. Surely what gives it to you? You can't have it both ways. Oh, now this. Lance, you want to see her? Here she's afraid that it's going to cost her money. So she wants it on the cheap, nothing on the free. Surely. Yeah. When are you going to get serious? If if you're worried about the money, then you shouldn't be here at all. You should find a never land where everything is free, just for you. Surely there'll never be a day you don't have the means in place to make money. You can't make money because you don't know how to make money and you don't have the tools. How are you going to make money? Explain that to me. How are you going to make money? I'm supposed to tell you, I am trying to tell you, but you're telling me a lot of garbage, a lot of guff. But surely, I'm going to ask you a question. May I speak candidly to you about your lack of progress on the net? I'm going to advise you as I am a management consultant with a customer, a client. I'm going to tell you what the problems are. You give me permission to speak absolutely. You say no, then we just throw you right out. You say shoot, boy, I am going to shoot. How long have you been doing that, Shirley? How long have you been trying to make money on the net? Come on. You are so lucky. You're as close to being a virgin as a virgin can be. How much money have you wasted already the first 30 days? Okay, you obviously are not making any money either, correct? So how would you like to go along the road you're on now? Don't see, but you never make a penny. Does that make you happy? You never have to worry about money. Because you wouldn't have any. You wouldn't have to worry about it. Would that make you happy? Shirley Taylor didn't bend the beam. You never made a penny. I don't want to listen. I want an answer. You're not a real. You're not an audit. You are a client, and I am your management consultant. I'm trying to get you to think. Make you happy if you stay down the road you're on right now. No money, no expenses. It will make you happy, and you don't need to be here with us, do you? Before I touch off the site, you gave the wrong answer there. The answer is I think the kids are over because you said it would make you happy. You spent no money and you made no money. Surely it would be Lance. She would be happy. What happy about what? I don't know. She hasn't got a screw in her pocket, not a shilling in her push purse. What do you want to say to Shirley? Here, she is hoist on her own petard. People look at her answers to the questions. This is not a business person, Lance. This is somebody who, when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Shirley, go to Disney World. Have a good time. Have a nice life. Lance, here, I've had it. Shirley is not a player.
Yeah, this is not necessarily tired-winded, but you are wanting where you say you're happy and you're not making a dime out here on the net, but then you're out here on the net. This is the place where you're bringing you the ability to actually turn your life around in a financial way by being able to build your online list, build them with everything provided. Okay, and that's what we're all about, to help you make your life better, start making some money out here on the net, and build and grow that into something substantial.
Well, she says she wants you. Shirley, how much money are you to invest in the starting? Let's find out. Let's carry on our Cracker Barrels conversation here. How much? And Shirley, I wanted you to tell you your line there about a tired widow. That is a low blow. If you think you're going to be dealing with stuff like that, forget it right now. You have a personal life. Everybody has a personal life. Everybody's got personal problems. You want to spend the least possible? Okay. Well, members of the community, I'm going to let Shirley go to the free program because she hasn't got a prayer's chance, a snowball's chance in hell, money on the net. She wants to do it all for free. By God, I say this, let her try. Shirley, just remember my name is Dr. Lant, who spoke to me on this 8th. I want you to come back in 6 months or so and tell me how much money you made, because on record is saying you won't make a nick. Lance Lance, you want to vote on this? And Shirley, have a nice life. We're going to send you to the forum on the page. It's on the right-hand side. It says for people who do not upgrade, that is you. Surely you're making every conceivable mistake that I guess. As Bill Wilson said, the man who wrote the Alcoholics Anonymous book, until the people are at their absolute rock bottom with no place to go, they're going to deny they have a problem. Shirley's got none of the problems, but she is going to deny that she has any problems. Lance, remove Shirley from the list, please. Now we're going to try to get something out of Harry Freeman. Harry, that's now your chance. 12 times you've been here, Harry. 12 times, no action at all. Now, if I was in the book on the internet right now, I would take Shirley's remarks and put them right into the book as is, as an illustration of complete and utter incomprehension. I don't need anything. It's like Alfred E. Newman builds a website. What, me, Willie? What do I need to worry about? Why have you, sucker, paying for a subscription to my magazine? I always thought that Alfred E. Newman was pretty smart. He looked like a goofball and get people to fight. Listen to his Jeremiah about the work. What do you think?
That's true.
Okay, now we are ready for Harry Freelove. Harry, this is the last time I'm going to page you. If I don't see your cute little moniker there on the screen in 1 minute, I'm going to send you to Never Never Land. The biggest problem of the internet is the degree of incomprehension with which the average person approaches it. And now let's just look at this. The between George Koch, G top of the tree, and Shirley Taylor on the other is between here and Pluto. it's immeasurable. It's beyond human comprehension, and it's not bridgeable. Because she believes that she has what George has. She believes. You can see that she believes that. They're going to make it as possible. And so she's sitting there at the kitchen table, not saying, "I want to make money." She's saying, "I want to make money all without spending and investing a single penny." And I'll do it too, Lance, because I have confidence. What a bunch of hogwash that is.
That's
okay,
true.
remove Harry. It's time to get rid of old Harry. Harry, you'll outlive your usefulness and have a nice life. Love and kisses, Dr. J.
But to our many other guests out there looking from the outside, and here's your opportunity. We're right here in the middle of our Anything Goes live program with our CEO, Dr. Jeffrey Lant. If you're ready to get started making money online, this is the place to fill out the short form on that page in front of you. Take action right now, short form below, and it will launch you right here into our Anything Goes live program. In here, our CEO is to speak with you, share the details, and you're going to get it all.
This kind of reminds me of good. Every once in a while I make the mistake of doing something nice for someone, and I always regret it. So, there goes. Someone came over that I barely know. I said, "Could I give you some advice?" I said, "Come on over if you like it." So unfortunately, I felt like it. What kind of do I got? What do you do with it? Send in your hand and said, "Write things on your hand." So the funniest remark and this is a person, by the way, who is 3 years old. A very difficult age to go back into the job market. Wouldn't you say, Lance?
Yes.
Hey, nobody's gonna love you when you're old and gray. Well, so here we've got a little friend, Demetrius, is what his name is. He goes by Jimmy, of course, Jimmy the Greek. Goes by Jimmy, and I say to him, are you polite to them? Because he's notoriously impolite. He said, I tell it like it is. I said, if you want to get hired, you better learn to kiss some posterior. You better do it quick. You're running out of repairs. So he used to work at Fidelity. He went down to Fidelity to interview Rhode Island every day. And he said to the committee that he denounced them. I said, excuse me, have you got a death wish? I thought you wanted to be employed. When you scratch a little bit of the surface of any of these problems, you discover people who are so arrogant that they are insistent to. He's going to be employed. He's going to be doing employed. What he wants to do, when he wants to do it, how he wants to do it. Don't get in my fucking face, Lance, or I'm going to get you. I've never seen that as a desirable form of employment counseling. Have you? You know?
No.
These people on the internet are the same way. They're coming in here and they're telling people like George Kosh and me and you, this is how I'm going to do it. You Sept did it your way, money. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to spend any money. You understand me, Lance? Get on my face. You're not spending any money. So really, how do you do it? Do you know any technology? Oh, I don't know no technology. Well, what do you know? He said, I know people. I said, I don't think people want to know you after all this. You take a company routine. We have people from the whole world who will never make a nickel, never understand why they didn't make a nickel, never lift a finger to make a nickel, and then come in here to call me arrogant, call me the voice of humanity arrogant because I dared to speak to them candidly and in truth.
Right.
And here's the pièce de resistance.
Right.
You can't
Absolutely.
speak honestly to them either. Because they get all bent on a shape. Yeah, that's what you think, Buster. You went to Harvard. I want to tell you what little, since I'm on my autobiography writing it. The very first night I was in Boston, I went to a bar in Beacon Hill, and I never made that mistake ever again. So I was in this bar, and I was in Boston. I had been in Boston for a few hours, and I was talking to people, and they said, "You're not from around here, are you?" I said, what are you here for? I said, I'm going to Harvard. Oh, and one person going down on his knees, and I was the Pope. And I said, what is that all about? He said, oh, sir, we hate your kind. And I'm showing, get out. I don't know, this is not going to be an easy year. The ravine, the disparity between people at Harvard and people on the street is, again, cosmic. It's the whole cosmos. And people who are in a position of disadvantage can't wait to shred everybody else. Now, we have here LaShawn, and we can't talk to you. I've never understood this hatred that people bring to the table of human relations. We're seeing it now with the Islamic nation. This level of hatred. It's unbelievable. You got plans, so buddy. This is the time when you say "Yahoo" mon capitaine" or something equivalent.
Yahoo. It is so true. But
Thank you.
The individual want to do it their way. They don't want to listen to any guidance of expertise that would be provided here. They want to do it their way, and then you ask them, "Well, have you made any money yet?" And the answer, the high majority of the time, is no. How much have you spent and lost? The answer is quite a bit. And then providing the opportunity to give you the exact right tools, the technology needed, and the guidance with the bootcamp training and steps to be successful, the training behind it, and yet they'll say, oh, no, I'll do it my way. That's okay. And then only to come back later saying, can you help me now?
I'm becoming more and more like Simon Cowell, or he's going to be more and more like me every day. I mean, first of all, I always like, oh, good, a character based on my personality traits. What's not to like? And he tells the truth, and he admits it when he's wrong, he's mostly right. He made a great deal of money off of bouncing people who could carry a tongue bucket. And yet people say, he's not arrogant. He knows what the truth is, and he's putting himself on the line to help bring a few more people over the line to be worthy people. And then he get hammered. You don't seem to understand that the people that need hammering are the ones that can't read, can't think, can't deduce, can't deduct, can't conclude, and go around passing it off as, oh, well, that's just a good bit. Yesterday I was on about the American education system, about what a waste it is. I think it was all be turned into a parking lot. We are spending more money for less results every day. Doesn't anyone care?
Well, we do, right? I mean, I know I do. That's the spending of our dollars is definitely not getting a bit of back.
We're not getting anywhere. We're spending trillions of defense dollars, and we're more on the defensive than ever. We're spending more money on helping people overseas than ever, and they hate us. I mean, they literally hate us.
Right, yes.
We're the only country in the world. One of the things that I advocate is the federal government. I like to see the federal government engage in world bettering projects. Like, if I were the president, I would look at a smorgasbord and say 10 problems. Clean water, clean air, adequate food. I take one. One person cannot be split a little bit over here and then fly to St. Louis and do a little bit. Listen, I don't know how they do it. It's tiring, exhausting, it's mind-numbing. You end up with nothing. When we take a look at the achievements of the Obama administration, what are we going to look at? I don't know. I can't imagine where they're going to come from. Do you know, I was reading the other day, that 1/4 of the ambassadorial appointments of the president are not filled. A quarter are being held up by the Senate. It just keeps them in there for years. What kind of a government is this? Where you can't traditionally let the cat point the cat and just agree with him or hold you know anyway because it's his right election. Instead of saying, no, I represent the state of the 50 and I know better than anyone else. You don't become a not a single one of them. They're selling as many products as they can shake a stick at, which in some cases means thousands and thousands of products. Explain that to me. Oh yeah, I just set up for this MLM, and air goes. Oh, I'm sorry, mud goes MLM, and I'm going to be selling mud pies. Are you right? Any kind? Oh, they only have one kind. I mean, imagine staking your future on one product, which is untried, and yet you're here every day.
Even in that, even in those that you've brought up about MLMs, even they have branched out to provide a variety of additional things that could provide some kind of a growing base for an individual that gets involved. However, it is a very hard way to forge forward.
Hard? My God, man, it's impossible. How are they going to do it?
So,
again, I think.
So what I've found, what I've learned, and when I'll share this into the guests out there, the thing that you need to come in here, the reason you really need to come in here is because out there doing things, number one, doing things all alone is going to get you nowhere. Okay, have a full-up team, live support, 75 plus senior monitors, a CEO who's in here now ready to speak to you the details while we're in our Anything Goes program. You need a system. You need the technology behind it. You need the top-notch tools. Everything here provided in one place to give you something to follow with the full live support to give you the guidance and staying out there. So for the people who are going out there to think that I'm just going to sell one thing and make a lot of money or get anywhere without it coming to a halt very quickly, then you're sadly mistaken. So you should be taking the time right now, guest, fill out the short form, come in here and listen to what we're all about, how we really can help you.
Now I'm going to go on to the next acid test. Development of the list. I have said over 1 billion times, the list is the business is the list. I invented that aphorism many years ago. Now let's get into it. John, Charlie, Linda, Lance, Lisa, Mark, Sora, Patrice, how many of you do your promotions every day without missing a day? If you've missed a day in the last week, say so. How many of you do it every day? If you don't respond, the answer is that you are not doing it. Sora Pierce understands. Listen to this, Lant. This is getting better and better. Sora says she understands the necessity for every day doing your promotion, but she doesn't do them anymore. Excuse me, have you got a death wish? Why are you saying not me? And I know you're probably proud of it. It's not cute. You're trying to develop a business, help your family. It's not cute to skip the essential tasks you need to do to achieve the result. Come on, everybody. I know there are more of you up there. See, look at these answers. These are people that purport to be intelligent, purport to want to achieve a result, know what they need to do, and are happy not to do it. Now, excuse me, this is a sign of massive screw up of the community brain. Absolutely massive screw up. What do you want? You want to say something?
Once you come in here and learn from the training what we should be doing to follow through consistently, persistently, daily actions, and we may get off to a good start right out of the gates and we stay consistent, and then sometimes we let our guard down. We have to refocus what we've been taught and get back to the task at hand. Be successful. You can never let down. That is true. You never let down, because it is important and is going to help you build. If you will follow exactly the training that has been taught to us here at Worldprofit, we'll be successful. But we all, I should say, the majority have all let the guard down, myself included. And so I have no problem being honest about that. But we have to refocus and get back to the structure that's been laid out for us to make sure we're successful. Follow what we've been given, the roadmap to success.
These people, let's use the word follow. Now I'll tell you how you do it. Follow the yellow brick road. These people get on the yellow brick road and get to the gate of the Emerald City and say, oh my God, I don't think I want to put it in there. They would be big bass, cut hair, and it's enough. These are the people who want to get on the yellow brick road and stay there for the rest of their lives, even though that would be effective. It means to an end. Let's see. Chris Porter says, to show how to promote students. Okay, good. People, I'm going to say this yet again. I've probably said it more times in my life than I care to remember. If you don't follow the steps, you don't make the money. You don't make the money, you got nothing to complain about. When people come into my house and say, wow, you have a lot of nice stuff. No, what I have is I have a leveraging brain. My saying for that is, all assets in play. How many of you use your list every day to sell products and services? You think Amazon.com is out there? Yikes! They're all over you. How many of you every single day go out there and use those lists as money? I rest my case.
So yeah, I'll just speak. So all the different things that we taught here, and one of those things offered within our spectacular offer, I'll just use it as an example, being our ClickBank promo. And as you've had associates come in here and you have an ability to send out a newsletter, prospect emailer, take any one of those preset, already made for you promo ads or link, and to where something is you're building up a relationship with your list daily, or sharing with your list daily, and your ability to profit, and can do so, but we have to keep steady at the task. So that's daily action, and this should be a period of time, a day that you set aside that's very specific in what you're going to do in your daily task. So yes, sir.
I'm biting my tongue. I'm not absolutely right with you. Let's move on to a related subject. As you know, Worldprofit is going to dish out some pocket money to everybody who closes deals. And I wanted to give you people who are here a heads up. We will not have any more problems filling monitor spots, because this is a good deal. But I'm going to give you guys that are in this room now a heads up. If I were you and I was starting off my career in hours advance, I'd just book 6 hours in a row, take it, do my promotions while I was on the screen, do whatever it takes, and make sure you close those deals. In other words, take advantage of the fact you know what you're doing. Because as I bring people in, they'll be new, the new boy, new girl, they won't know exactly what to do. So now we're going to find out if there's any incentive that will motivate you guys to take the available hours. What do you think, Lance? But you're more inclined to take money, to take it out, and you're going to make more money.
Absolutely. If I knew that I was going to spend 1 or 2 hours, whatever. Well, one, if there's openings, and I know that my time is I'm able to put that time in as I know a greater gain, then I'm going to be there. I'm just bottom line is I'm going to be there. I'm showing up. I'm going to be there. I'm going to close the deal because guess what? I'm making something. I'm profiting. So I would figure out where it fits for you. Be there every time you can because during that one gap, you may have multiple who show up in our live business center. By the way, I do be highly motivated.
We are the company that's given each and every one of you an unlimited number of $1,000+ bonus factors. And you said, bring the leverage to bear. Ellie Sunshine, give it you, and you're going to make an extra commission for yourself. You're going to give her a phenomenal deal, and you'll get all the goodies at the return of the sale anyway. What I'm saying is, now's the moment. Last night, I nearly had a conniption. You nearly had a conniption. CEO last night, friends. In the middle of the night, I'm up there trying to write something up. I'm listening in, which is a huge mistake. I'm saying, look, if you don't have time today to watch the video, it's okay, little honey child lamb. I'm like, what is not okay? If you have something good for people, then you should jump to the top of the queue. Be represented. I'm tired. My computer isn't working very well, and my dog is throwing up. That's too bad. Now focus. How many of you will be more focused now and less inclined to let the people mosey out over to somebody else's territory, where that somebody else is going to get the money? Anybody out there going to be a little more rapacious, a little more aggressive, a little more clothing oriented? Anybody? Or are you just going to say something? No, it's okay. Come back whenever you want. I'm not getting any answers. I'm not seeing any answers here, people. And I'm an answer man today. I want to see some answers. Me what? Me, you're going to be more inclined to. You see, I guess I think differently than most of you. Would you say so, Lant? Would you say that I think perhaps a little differently than other people, a little more aggressively, a little more focused?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I cannot imagine letting 5, 6, much less any other money walk across the state line into somebody else's pocket. It just drive me crazy. If I see a nickel in the drive down the highway, I have to stop the traffic before I can get it. I absolutely must have them. Anybody, Lance is not that way. Lance is well balanced. That's his problem. He's well balanced. I am not well balanced. Would you like to speak to this? I have watched people throw away money because they don't want to be perceived as aggressive. Oh my God, as if that were the worst thing that happened. And we live in a world which is completely crumbling, and they're worried about how they're perceived as aggressive or not.
It's kind of
I'm going to tell you something. When there's the last rocket ship when there's the last rocket ship to move our planet down to Mars or where we're going, I'm going to be on that ship. Max and I are going to go together. All right.
It's kind of funny because it's kind of funny because you bring up that back when I was dealing with the platoon. You would be surprised in how what you like in being military out there in theater and very aggressive in our actions and what we're doing. If you put the same skill to use right here, the same manner, because just like back on that, very aggressive. We had to get it done. It had to be done right. It had to be exact, no mistakes. And do it, just get her done.
That's right. That's the only way you can achieve anything. I said to the person last night, I said, did it dawn on you when I speak about the technology insurance policy that I'm talking about giving you a line, a hammer that you can use on these people? They don't. The minute that Sally Sunshine has a problem with her computer, her business is dead. It dies. It sits there. How long have you had a problem with your problems? Oh, 3 months, sir. And during the last 3 months, you haven't had any meals, and not a single one. And you purport to be in business. Yes, sir, I do. And you believe in the American entrepreneur. Oh, I do, sir. I do. God bless America. I'm thinking to myself, who ever designed the serum to brainwash these people should get the Nobel Prize for entrepreneurial leadership? There's somebody out there who's creating these codes that turn otherwise acceptable, reasonable people into, oh, yes, sir, I haven't had a computer for 6 months. My business is crumbling to the ground, but I know it's going to work. I just know it's going to work. This is America, sir. This is America. This is a man. This is a monkey. This is a monkey cage. Well, we have Elizabeth White. Welcome, Elizabeth, to the Anything Goes program, where we tell it like it is between 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern Time every single day. I see a few people are now hiding under their desks. Good.
Welcome in here, Eileen. We do welcome you here.
Eileen, we need you to say how do you do to us. You apparently not here. We'd like to know that. And let me give you this. This is the other example of frost my brain. We have the Boston Special 911 monument because so many of the people that were killed that day were from Boston. You know what? The monument is already corroded. All the cement is already all chipped off. It's melting away. You can't read letters anymore because they're no longer crisp. This is supposed to be a 100-year-old project. It's supposed to be 100 years and lasted for 20. Now, what do you think about that, Lance? This big deal about all these people who died and were given a chintzy. It's already melting, literally melting. The stones are not readable. The masonry doesn't fit. What do you say about that? It's up front. Brains and minds.
Right.
I can't believe it.
Right. No, it would mean, yeah. Crossed me too.
Can't even read the names of the people anymore. In other words, once that monument goes, civic momentum that created it, that's gone already. Maybe somebody will step forward and they hope to take care of it. And maybe they won't. I have a hard time believing that we ever believed that this generation is going to be any different than what it is. This is the best of the brightest. If this is the best of the brightest, we really do have a problem.
Oh, you know, I do have one quick thing to share with I caught in discussion on the news. The same thing that you brought. It's kind of funny because as I listened to you, whether over the period of a few years or more now of reading your article to things in there that you've written that actually have come to fruition. It's just your ability to have vision ahead of its time. And so recently they brought up about the fact of what are we doing with our historical documents and type publications, those things which are of high importance. How are we going to take care of them? How are we going to preserve them? That recently came up here in the area.
I have something to say about that. I believe that just as there are machines on the internet to gather data from the internet, we will have machines to gather data from the universe. I'm talking about the physical universe. So we'll have whatever you call them, spy machines or whatever. Or just information gatherers, which will bring to a single place all the information in the world. From every monument, every letter, every diary that we will be able to gather information. And then the great game will start. Who's going to keep it? Whose information will be kept? Whose will be regarded as true? Whose will be regarded as false? Whose regarded as menacing? But I know that we are so close. I mean, look what we've done on the internet. We have all these spiders and things. Why can't we have Earth spiders? Why does it have to be on the internet? Why can't it be in the physical universe? And if we do, then the big problems begin. Just front page of Boston Globe this morning. Healthcare providers facing massive hacker problems. First, the hackers want your business records, your bank records. They want to know where your credit card records. Then they want your health records. And that's all they need. They don't need much more than that. They've got the bank records. They've got the health repair records. They've got your personal financial information. Now is the great time to what are they going to do about it? And at the same time, we see this problem rising. We see the rise of vehemently American organizations like the Islamic State. And if they were smart, and I imagine that they are, they have their own hackers that are trying to get all this information together. They don't need an army. They'll defeat us with their own records. Scary, isn't it? I scare the bejesus out of myself. Sometimes I sit here and it's raining and rain's pounding against the windows. And I'm in here by myself. I get scared. I even scare myself to witless. I don't even read my own story. I don't even read my own horror stories because they're so scary. I can't bear to have other people read them to me. I noticed that the PETA gallery in Market Island. Let's have a who's here? Who am I in the chat area? I want to know who's actually here.
Dennis Beecher, we want you to say hi by typing in our chat bar, hit the send button, say hi to our CEO, Dr. Jeffrey Lant. We're right now in our Anything Goes program. Please say hi to us.
And I'll tell you something. You know, when these things happen, whichever state it is, if I was running a terrorist state, I'd find all the stupid people in the world and I'd put them into the jobs, the top jobs, and I'd control them. I'd make sure that all their records go through central processing. In other words, a spider that is not a spider of the net, but a spider of everything else. I was talking last night, someone said to me, imagine in the next 100 years, everything you thought was true will be marked to be probably untrue, actually false. And every nostrum that you've ever had in all life you can change. Right from the Bible to anything else you can name. It will not be the verities we believe today. There will be new verities, and people there will believe them with the fervency that you believe your verities, they will believe theirs, even though theirs are the complete opposite of what you're saying. What do you make about that, Lance?
No, I just think that, yes, each period of time that goes on, like you say, many other verities come to be known. So, well,
in other words, the changing of a few words in a few words of the Bible will completely change the meaning of the whole text. And we're going to have people who are going to be the old believers, and they're going to be the new believers. That's going to come for a version. I see that the control of information is the control of the world. And George Koch told me this 22 years ago when I visited him.
Well, it was fun. It's funny because
George, don't think that I have one.
No, I just say it's kind of fun because the closed community of China is definitely really good at that. I was listening to a radio talk show of they offered the band to come and play a concert for their people. However, they had teams of people who scrutinized the words of their songs before they would allow them to play it and release anything related. Very, very carefully controlled on what the people are going to be able to hear or see, and by better
control of information means the control of the world. And every conqueror in the world would go on this and scratch their head and say, what do you mean information? What do you mean this piece of paper? That's like the people who control the paper and all the other related activities are more powerful than all the military dictators put together. And they will control it with less obvious brutality. It'll be equally mind-brutal, but it will not be brutal in terms of beheading people on YouTube. Anyway, you'll be pleased to know that when I finish my autobiography, and sometimes my own autobiography scares me to witness, I shall be moving on to this topic. Because I regard credit as the most important significant topic in the history of the universe is who controls the information. For example, if you had the files of the Pentagon, you wouldn't need the Pentagon anymore. Just get rid of it. Put it on a few disks. And now that I've frightened everyone, and you're all scared to death to look out the window.
I don't know about that.
Well, you see, you have this route. You're a true believer, but what do you think? We had a foretaste of this with the Mrs. Jesus at Harvard Divinity School. Here was a woman, a known, recognized scholar, who never said that Jesus was married. She said that she had a document that said he was married. Vastly different things. And the Vatican came down on her like a million times of stuff, saying, criticizing her for even looking at the question. They didn't give her information to the Vatican Archives, which is the best source for where she could have. I tried to get into the Vatican Archives once when I was doing my graduate work. I needed some diplomatic documents from the 19th century. They said, "Are you kidding?" And the Monsignor who was assigned to my account said, Monsignor Carlo Burns, a very sweet man, he said, "We're never going to let you in." And he was quite cheerful. But he did the Vatican. I hope you realize you're the exact kind of person we'd never want to see what we've got. And he just said it in a very funny matter of fact way. I thought, my God, he's actually telling me the truth when you absolutely have nothing to lose. What's he going to do? Or what is he write to the Pope and say, Monsignor Burns told me I was never going to get in. Information control will be the future of whoever controls. And you remember the Frank Herbert books on what they call Spice? Did you ever read Frank Herbert? Dune?
No.
Anybody read Dune?
Oh.
Well, in Dune, the people that control what is called the spice, whoever controls the spice trade controls the intergalactic world. I'm telling you, now we are in a situation where the spice turns out to be the information. Information is the spice. Which we should have known anyway, because the spice was infinitely expandable. Just like the internet. Only what's going to happen is we are going to have what do I call them? I call them the librarians. But it's the complete reverse. They're not engaged in through the libraries. They are engaged in destroying inconvenient documentation. And there was a great deal of inconvenient documentation as the Vatican discovered it.
We're going to give them a new name. We're going to give them called the Cosmic Custodian.
You see, now this is where I disagree with you. We're going to give them the old names because the old names are already tried and true in circulation. But we're going to give them new definitions and new job descriptions, but not new names. In other words, we're going to use the word librarian. And this, I have to say, came about from Fahrenheit 451. Right. They took the name of the firemen. They're not people who put out the fires. They were the people who hated the fires, which I thought was a great insight by Ray Bradbury into what we're going to call these people. We have to have names. But I'll tell you one thing, the librarians would be the exact flip side of exactly what we're talking about. Well, we're so lucky to have all this on tape today.
It's also quite interesting to me that some of the things that you end up talking about and the things that you see in some of the movies they put together, short glimpses of technologies or things. I almost call it like a desensitizing to the public because they'll watch that, they'll see that, and they get desensitized to what may be coming later. They show you all these high logical advances, or they could be, are known. So it's just kind of interesting. It gives you a short to what might be in the future.
Well, I want to just say this to Charlie and John Copeland. We appreciate your viewpoint, but I think you're going to be astonishingly surprised at what happens. There is not one abiding truth. That's what we discovered. That's the problem. If there were, we'd all be lucky. We'd all agree with that, and that would be the end of it. But it isn't the end of it. It's just the beginning of it. And I think what happened to Professor at Harvard Divinity School is the goal what happened. Information is power, and information can be changed, information can be reshaped, and will be. That's the same part.
Well, that
You always have to be
I will, in behalf, I don't know which person's speaking, John, Charlie, whichever, but I will say the fact that there'll be some of us that will be like your state, and myself included. We will stand on what we've known, what we've been given as holy truth.
Now, wait a minute.
To this world.
Let's find out what you do. If one of my Earths discovered all this information, remember, just as my Earth was spider to determine information sources of any kind, from totem poles to letters to whatever, the spider will be so configured to be able to get information. Are you telling me that you would maintain your point of view, even if the spiders came back with 10,000 documents that said you were wrong, you'd still maintain your position?
Yeah,
oh,
I would maintain my position. No, you know why? No,
so
because
in other words, truth doesn't mean anything to you.
No, I didn't. There may be other truths, but that would still not stop my faith or trust in God, what I've been taught to know as God. And the other thing is that there's only one thing given here about the fact of ability to enter into heaven, and that is through the free grace of God, the free gift of His Son Jesus Christ. So that is for me, though. That is a personal me or anybody else who believes that way.
What if you believe the Bible is based on information?
It is based on information.
And what happens if that information changes?
Well, it's not going to change in that it just happened in the world that you see going around you may change her to share something different. But that still would not shake my faith. Okay.
Well, this is going to be so interesting. I want everyone here to go read the book Inherit the Wind, which was the account of the Stokes monkey trial. You had William Jennings Bryan, the famous American statesman, going out to defend the law of the state of Tennessee. And you had Clarence Darrow, the most brilliant defense attorney in history, probably, in the United States. Guys, I can see some more Stokes trials coming up here one of these days. Unfortunately, I'm going to read about the New York Times or nothing to involve them. I will say this, though. If you believe, well, that's fine. Do you believe that there are spiders on the internet this very minute recording this very program? Do you believe that right this minute there are electronic things that are out there collecting information, including this very program? Do you believe that? See, that's going to ground on you, very, very quiet.
No, I said yes.
All right. And do you believe that it might be possible to discover a type of information gathering machine that would not be just for use on the internet, but in all the whole world? We said it would go in orbit on the world gathering information. Do you believe that's possible?
Well, of course, I think the technology, the ability to do that.
Thank you, Clarence. What is a great man from Illinois? All right, here's the deal. Do you believe that everything in those documents will agree with your position, or do you think that there will be things that in those documents that will disagree with your position?
Well, I think that there are some things that would disagree. Yes.
And if you were shown that there are error of your ways, would you change the point of view, or stay where you are?
I would not change my faith in God and the Creator.
Okay, and now we see this is where the fault lines of society come in. And it's going to be the continuing struggle to control information versus those who believe what they're going to believe. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just pointing out the byways and highways of information that will happen.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
I personally believe that everything we believe in now, every single thing in the next 100 years will change. And that what is now regarded as truth will be regarded as falsehood in reverse. And that we will have the most powerful people in the world controlling large amounts of information. And in this case, think of the headline: health care providers, and finding that they cannot provide the security against hackers. This means that all healthcare information is going to be public. How do you feel about that?
I don't feel anything about it. We'll see it when it happens.
It's happening. It's not when, it's already if. It's already happening. Front page of the paper says that all these hospital systems, they don't have money for security, they don't have consultants, they don't have devices to block it. So all of our healthcare records. Can you imagine what that's going to mean?
Well, one with the big, I'm going to kind of sort of share. One, the organization put together information networks within to run that data. We do hire information security, information assurance personnel to help safeguard the data that is flowing on the network. So are they completely secure and protected? No. There's always somebody looking and probing to find the vulnerability and steal that data. That is.
Let me give you one instance.
We have.
You believe because we got to bring Patrice up here to take. So I'm going to ask you this question, and I'll give you a chance to respond. Do you think the United States has health records? Do you think there are files of his test results and whatever? I'm asking next. Do you think that there are such records?
Sure.
Do you think that hackers could get access to them and change it? For example, let's say that I didn't like a particular candidate for president, what he stood for, and that president had a health condition. Do you think that the people who hacked into his accounts have changed the electoral procedures of the country?
I believe that they could. It's a possibility, sure.
That's all I need to know. The defense rests. And Lance, it's time for you to say something, and we're going to bring up Patrice for a bow. Well, folks, this has been a lively discussion. We certainly have, as you can see, we certainly have a broad range of positions. We don't stifle anybody.
Well,
we don't stifle anybody.
Right. So I'll go down so Patrice can come up, but I will share that this is a perfect opportunity for everybody looking from Sept. We have our Anything Goes program. Anything Goes. Come in. We will discuss any subject. We are here to help you. Also get started profiting online. That's what we do. It's an opportunity for you to come in and say hi to everybody and talk about whatever there is going on our Anything Goes program. Please enjoy it. It's a pleasure, and it is. So I'll let Patrice.
Please play. Patrice, come up and take a bow.
All right.
Patrice Porter is the White Rabbit on schedule and on target.
You betcha.
Well, what do you think about this?
A very lively discussion, and it's a great topic, and that could lead to a lot of argument. That's I try to stay away from that.
But this stuff is important. This is not theoretical. This is this discussion of real problems.
But the discussion of information, definitely, that how it'll be used to control and how it's a main source of power. Information is power, and here at World.
You see, the difference is that unlike in the past where armies had to move across the lines and they had to be airplanes and all this stuff, this is all done with bits of electronic bits.
Yeah, no, everything is tracked and recorded, and it's quite amazing, actually. And people want to watch the recording of this program.
Invite people to come over and visit your site here.
Yeah, you can. First of all, you can watch the recording of this program. It's going to be on our new Worldprofit Tube channel, and also the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. And you can catch other replays of the Anything Goes programs that are very interesting, informative, and again, lively discussions on the Pat Porter channel and the Patrice Porter channel. And if you want to take a look at a business I've built with Worldprofit here, you can go to my Home Business Central at www.20waystoprofit.com. And also, if I've created a business helping people to create abundance by gardening, and that's at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And we have our video marketing class now. So I shall see you there, and again on the Anything Goes program tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
In 5 minutes, we will have our program on the web video marketing. It'll start in the live meeting center. Again, before we bring this program to its conclusion, this has been Dr. Jeffrey Lant, your host. Well, what a food fight today. I can tell this is one of the hottest topics in the world, and everybody is all in one way or another, and so it's very important that everybody be as well informed about it as possible. We will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. Anything goes. Remember, olden days, a glimpse of stocking about as something shocking now. God knows anything goes. And unfortunately, we discovered that that's very true. We'll be back again tomorrow. And be sure to take advantage of looking at the green video and watch for all that information about how you can succeed on the internet.